soldiers and officers. Pray for our police officers, our firefighters, our first responders, as they risk their lives so we can continue to be the land of the free and the home of the brave. You commanded Joshua to be strong and courageous. Tonight, all across this country, I pray that you would raise up a generation of courageous leaders who follow you with their whole heart and govern with integrity. We ask these things in the name that is above every name, the Lord Jesus Christ. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the presentation of colors. The colors are presented by the Professional Firefighters of Wisconsin Honor Guard. Let's give them a warm welcome.
Left, right, left, 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 right, left, 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 right, left, 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 right, left, 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 right, left, you left, you left, right, you left, you left, left, right. Left, face.
You don't know why I'm standing. It's because they're presenting the colors and getting ready to say the pledge.
And our national anthem.
Present arms.
But I wholeheartedly believe that when the national anthem and the pledge are being said, that you should stand at attention.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mary Ann Taylor to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Like me, hate me, I really don't care. To me, this is something that you should do and should have to do. Well, I say have to. It's something you should want to do, not have to do, want to do.
Pledge this American flag and give them our loyalty? Yes. Well, we're going to do this the Southern South Carolina
I'm going to shut my
way
mic off while we
a
do this.
little bit slower. If you are military, and I'm looking out, and a lot of you already are poised, if you're like me from a military family but not military, we're going to stand at attention, place your right hand over your heart, and pledge with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage Grammy Award-winning singer and U.S. Army veteran, Milwaukee native, Daniel Irby, to perform our national anthem.
Daniel!
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
I come from a military family. One of
Wow,
the things we
what a
always do
beautiful
is you
start to
stand
day
as the
2 here. We're
colors
going
are
to live it
being
off script
presented.
because we do not want to
You're
interrupt
coming
the
in and being
prayer, the
presented,
pledge,
and then
or the
you stand
national
as the
anthem. I'm
colors are
joined by our
leaving.
great friend, former Pennsylvania Senator Rick Santorum. Senator, first of all, great being here.
Good to be with you, Ed, as always.
We were talking about this with Congresswoman Boebert. You know, Frank Luntz, who's no fan of Trump, admitted today on X, it was a pretty good first night last night. There's a very festive atmosphere. Republicans feel good. But also
So it's
there's
just
a
one of
focus
those
on
things. It's a
working-class Americans,
sign
which
of
I'm old enough to remember
patriotism,
you
respect to
started in
those
the
who have
GOP
come
in your
before you,
campaigns.
Yeah.
who've sacrificed their lives that you could do whatever the fuck you want to do in this life. It's just one of those things.
Convention prior to the 2016 campaign, which was the first Trump
And I feel that
convention,
it's
was Mitt
extremely
Romney,
important
and I happened to speak
to
at the
honor
night
those
that
people,
They were focused on economic
to
issues
show
like they were
show
last
it
night.
what
And,
little, if any,
I remember
patriotism
waiting
you
in the
have.
wings, and they had a bunch of ordinary people, if you will, come out just like they did here. The difference was every person that walked out on that stage to talk about the economy was a business owner. Every single one of them. Not one worker the entire night. Not one business owner that came out with a worker. It was just workers saying, owners saying, I built this business.
Yeah.
And
That was Romney's approach.
and that was Romney's approach. And I made the comment at the time and actually got sort of hammered a little bit by the Romney campaign. But I said, how do you bring out all owners and no workers when and you're trying to win an election? 7% of Americans own their own business. 75% of Americans work for those business owners. You're focused on, and by the way, 90% of the business owners already vote for Republicans. It's the workers that we need to talk to. But this was the problem that I wrote about. You know, I wrote a book in 2014, right after the convention. Talking.
Well, it says
after
make
Romney lost,
make
and
America
I said,
safe
I
again.
wrote a book called
Apparently, the
Blue Collar
RNC has
Conservatives
got a
Recommitting to
theme
American
every day
Work.
this week.
And
So
one
yesterday,
I got a chance to share that with was someone who heard me on the
it was
radio
Make
talking about
America Wealthy Again.
Donald
Today,
Trump.
it's Make America
And
Safe
he
Again.
asked me to come see him, and I went to see him in the spring of 2014. And I walked into his office at Trump Tower in August of 20.
All right, so I was looking up the
2014.
RNC
He's sitting
schedule.
behind his desk, and he
Well,
holds
that
up
was
a
to
copy
find
of
out
my
what time
book.
it started today.
And he said, I read your book. I looked at him, I said, yeah, you didn't read my book. And he said, no, I read your book. Great book. And I said, well, the heck you read mine. I said, the hell you read my book, to be honest with you. That's what I said. And he said, no. He said, someone needs to run for president on this book.
No, I wonder who that might
And
be.
and I said, well, as a matter of fact, I'm thinking about doing that myself again. And he said, so am I.
No.
And I said, yeah, I've heard that story before because, Trump had always talked about maybe running. But we talked for about a half an hour about the book, and, we talked about trade, and we talked about China, we talked about manufacturing, we talked about energy, talked about the border, we talked about the wall. I mean, all these things that I ran on in 2012, he said, these are things, and he said to me, he said, I'm a wealthy guy, and I got lots of money. He said, but blue-collar guys love me.
That's amazing.
And boy, did they ever.
So they loved him here last night. Add to the mix J.D. Vance and what he might bring. Hillbilly Elegy is a book and now a movie that really speaks to white working class voters who feel left out by the elites. But I would add now Hispanic and black voters as well, which they believe they can park Vance in Pennsylvania and Michigan and Wisconsin.
Yeah, I mean, that's an interesting theory. I am one, count me as a doubter on this, that vice presidential candidates don't mean a whole lot. I think Donald Trump is such a big person. I mean, they don't mean much in a normal presidential race, but in a race with Donald Trump, vice presidential candidates just don't really add or subtract much. So I think Trump felt sort of free to pick whoever he wanted. And this is an unusual pick in many respects because he's not picking for someone who's going to be with him for 8 years.
Yeah.
It's someone who in 4 short years, and as we know in politics, these things go very
quick.
fast. That in 4 short years, I think he sees J.D. Vance as the guy that he can pour into, a young, bright guy who very articulate, obviously tells a great story. And
Hey.
he says, I can pour in and expose him to to what it means to be the president of the United States, and he can be my guy in 2020.
You made it back home.
Close to Donald Trump Jr. like a MAGA mind meld.
That's what I think it is. I really
yeah.
believe that that Trump sees him as the next the guy to carry the torch.
There you go.
Fact is, my wife doesn't like shopping at the local grocery store, so we wasn't there very long.
And I said,
Yeah.
you can't win, but you know your ideas carried forward. You know, I would. That's.
I was just getting ready to message you.
Trump did
What's
it
up?
this year.
Yeah.
He was able to he
Apparently,
did
I got sent
effectively to
this
working men and women in this country.
picture
And not only
today.
that, but he delivered.
Yeah,
And
today at
that's the thing
6:06.
that more than anything else that Trump has going for him, and you'll see it throughout. You saw it yesterday. You'll see it
Put it
throughout
in
the
Discord.
this week.
Yeah, I'll put it up in Discord for you to look at.
Focus on issues because he doesn't have to get in the gutter. Biden has to get in the gutter. He has to say he's a threat to democracy and this and that. And because on the issues, Trump wins.
Discord's
every
popping up in the
single
middle here.
Border inflation, everything. Senator,
All
thank you.
right, here we go.
Good to see
Great. We appreciate it as always. Thank you, Senator Santorum. Still ahead this hour.
Apparently, I need to update Discord. I'll do that later.
Yeah, mine updated or logged in.
Ooh.
They haven't released it yet.
You got a whole bunch of stuff you haven't made that you need to get started on.
Yeah, but again, making it and that's one of the.
Paying that is going to be a bitch.
Well, that's one thing we talked about was, yeah, I could sit and make it all day, but you sat there and said yourself, but it ain't going to sell unless I fucking paint it. Problem is I don't want to make a ton of shit and be just sitting painting and 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 painting. You know.
Well, I gave your card to, you know, that one dude that, hold on, let's stop what I'm watching. The one guy who makes the things out of clay. I mean,
oh, right.
Yeah. He was, he just got through doing a, oh God of War, Kratos,
yeah.
Oh, dude, I mean, it's about a foot tall, or 1/4 scale. So it's probably a little bigger. Yeah, a little bigger. Than 1 foot.
No, 1/4. Yeah, so it's a little bigger than a foot tall. Because 1/6 is roughly a foot tall.
All right. Anyway, yeah, he just got through. Dude, it looks amazing. I mean, even the arrows coming out of it that he crafted and stuff like, because he's sitting on a throne type thing. But yeah, the dude's got talent. But he sits there and detail paint some of the stuff as well. I know it takes him a while, but you're at least cutting off half of it. The machine's making the thing. He's sitting there sculpting with that kind of detail with clay, hardening it, then painting it. I keep telling every time I see him, it's like, dude, you got some serious talent. You should be making money, doing this.
Well, but see, the problem is if you're gonna even using the 3D printer and having it print it, right? So, like, let's say the Freddy Krueger piece that I printed up.
Yeah.
Printing that and painting it. Okay, so painting it should realistically not take a couple days. Realistically, painting that piece, if I sat down and worked on it for a few hours every day, will take anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks. Realistically. And with that much time put into it, charging $60 is not fucking worth it. It's really not. And that's not sitting there saying, okay, I'm going to sit down and spend 8 hours painting it. That's sitting down and just doing a painting session of, say 2 to 3 hours a day. It's going to take anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks, depending on how much detail you actually want to put on it. And that's just one piece. Yeah, I've got a piss ton of fucking pieces that I can print up. And printing them up, gluing them together, throwing them together, putting them out, that's easy. But printing them and painting them and taking the time to make them look good, that's a totally different story. And like I said, $60 ain't fucking worth it.
Well, the problem is there's so many people out there with printers doing it, themselves. Which
And
is
if you
why
look at a majority of people who are printing this shit and painting it, they're printing it and painting it for themselves. They're printing it and sending it off in pieces to people who are buying it and painting it themselves. They're just like the one lady that I did the Anubis temple for.
she wanted to paint it herself.
She wanted to paint it herself. But if you go on to eBay, Etsy, any of these places that sell that shit, everywhere that does it, it's either going to be a very small piece that's printed and painted, or if it's a large piece, it is printed in pieces. It is not painted. It'll have the supports taken off. It'll be sanded. It'll be made to fit together, things like that. But any other finish work is on you. It's your job to glue it. It's your job to paint it. It's your job to do everything else. And they will still charge $60, $70 for that piece. And a good example is that White Ranger sword that I sold, Saba.
Yeah.
There is an exact replica of that one on Etsy that I saw before I sold that one. For the same exact price that I sold that one. Mine was almost 4 feet long. That one on Etsy was only 1.5 feet. Same exact price. Printed and painted.
Well, the problem is not that the price is where you're trying to sell it.
That's exactly what it is. Because, I mean, like I said, yeah, you're sitting there saying, yeah, we could put it in the store, blah, blah, blah. That's great, and I understand that. But I'm not going to get what I need out of it.
Well, what about putting it in there unpainted?
Well, and I had said that before, but you said, yeah, but you're not going to sell them unless they're painted. Which is that's a prime example. Yeah, you're right. Where it's at, most people want something that's finished. And I agree with that 100%. A majority of people want a nice statue that is finished. They don't want to have to paint it themselves. A lot of people don't have the time, patience, or talent for that.
Well, the talent is the one thing. I mean, the fact is, painting, especially detailed like that, it takes time.
Reach out to people that are career politicians.
And it takes a degree of skill.
And that's what Donald Trump's for. That's the
Oh, are you on live today?
I am live right now.
Oh.
And so I think his speech Thursday night should be to bring the people together. Don't worry about.
So what did you decide on doing today?
I've got the RNC on right now, the official session 3.
3 or 2?
This is official session 3. 1 and 2 were yesterday.
Oh yeah, they took a break. I forgot.
They had official session 1 in the morning yesterday, official session 2 in the afternoon, and today is official session 3.
Anything worthwhile? Just more
Not at the
stickers?
moment. Basically, all they've done is said a prayer. They brought out the flag, did the Pledge of Allegiance, did the Star Spangled Banner. Nothing really has happened yet.
It's not just the threat of an assassin's bullet that the former president faced in Pennsylvania on Saturday. There was a specific intelligence, we're told, that Iran has a separate assassination plot to try to take out the former president. And we know Joe Biden has been very soft and weak towards Iran. Your thoughts tonight?
I don't think
So is that from him from last night, or is that him showing up today? No, that was yesterday.
4 years ago.
I see it up on the screen now.
He's had a lot of pressure on him, and President Trump understands how dangerous this job is.
I mean, if putting shit out there unpainted isn't a problem, I can fucking do it.
We'll do it.
I don't have a problem with taking the doing like I've done before. I'll supports off, sanding it down, gluing it together, putting it out there in the shop.
But that being said, he understands it. He knows what he's getting into again, and hopefully we can protect him a lot better than what we did last weekend.
But that's the whole reason I haven't done it. Like I said.
And we appreciate you taking time with us tonight, sir.
Well, I mean, hell, at least having it unpainted is still better than not having it at all.
We'll continue with the briefing live from the RNC coming up. We have Turning Point Action spokeswoman Caitlin Sinclair talking about the woke agenda on the other side of the break.
Oh, that guy does give you a call because he's looking for a base for the Batman one he wants to do. He's
Uh
going
huh.
to do the Batman out of clay, but he was trying to find some because it's like he's like standing on a platform with the bad signal, the round bad signal and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So he was wanting to talk to you about making the platform, so he could just build off of the platform. But I gave him the number, told him to give you a call. But hell, if he does, tell him to send you the picture of the Captain America. You remember the one you left out there?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, he painted it up. It's gorgeous.
Oh, he got it, painted it.
Oh yeah, he got it and painted it. I mean, the amount of detail. I mean, he says he airbrushes most of it and then goes back in and does the little
Well, and
detail.
that's what most people do. You airbrush the majority of it, and then you do the detail work with a brush.
Just call 800-825-4745. That's 800-825-4745.
Hi, folks, we're back. If you've been injured in an accident that's not your fault and you don't have an attorney, listen up. We have legal professionals standing by to answer your questions and tell you what your case is potentially worth. Pick up the phone, call now.
Hi, I'm Susan Lucci. You may know me from my many years on television. I never thought about heart disease until I had
So
my
is
own
this?
heart event.
So that picture I sent you.
Slight
Let's see.
pressure on my chest, just slight. I thought, oh, it's nothing, it'll go away.
It was the spawn that you said.
Yeah, but I'm wondering.
A few
Let's
days
see.
later, while shopping at a boutique, that pressure returned, much stronger.
Oh, it is July. Okay.
It felt like an elephant.
Wasn't sure.
Dude, I saw a trailer for a new Crow movie.
Yeah, they're remaking it. They're starting all the way from scratch.
Fuck. Why do I got a feeling that's gonna be a huge fucking letdown?
Oh, here's the comic book cover that it's coming from. Check this out. Paste. That's pretty spot on.
Yeah, that really is.
Now, granted, that first picture I sent, that's got all the computer, the CGI coloring and stuff to it. But the computer coloring versus the comic book, which has got the, again, CGI coloring, but it's
Well, it's also he's holding a head. There's a tombstone. I mean, there are slight differences, but it's pretty close.
yeah. So, apparently, they're doing Batman Nightfall as well for July. Let's see, they're doing Jean Paul Valley as Azrael, the one and only Batman Nightfall. Okay. I don't know what their plan is for July. Those are the only two they posted so far. Let's turn this back on.
Caitlin Sinclair. Caitlin, first of all, welcome to N2.
Thank you, Ed. Thanks for having me.
Great to have you. We talked last night about a lot of working Americans who were here, particularly Hispanic voters, struggling with Bidenflation. Donald Trump has this appeal with Hispanic voters,
Bidenflation.
Black voters. We highlighted
I like that.
McDonald's and all these rising figures. But young voters is another constituency that it seems to me Democrats took for granted. How
I tried watching the
get more young voters in your estimation?
speech that he did earlier.
Job at by just being authentic, right? I think we are at a point in this country where the young generations are craving authenticity, and Donald Trump is the same person we see on this stage as he is behind the scenes. and they're longing for America First policies once again, right? These generations, when was the last time an entire generation felt like they would not be able to afford a home, right? When was the last time an entire generation was coming out with more degrees on paper, but zero life skills, zero coping mechanisms, and zero love of country? I think the young generation wants love of country again. They want pride. They want patriotism. They want God. They want faith. They want the family unit. And a Trump Vance ticket absolutely represents that.
Well, and I think as a parent, you thought you were sending your kids to these college campuses and they were going to learn all these skills that you're talking about. And then you turn on Newsmax and see that in a lot of college campuses, it's a hotbed of anti-Semitism. They look the other way when students are pushing a
College is such a joke, man.
How much might that play into where young voters are as well?
What's up now?
Well, it's troubling. I've covered a lot of these pro-Hamas rallies.
No, they're talking about how people are going to college and they're coming out with all these degrees on paper, but they have absolutely no life skills. And like what we were talking about yesterday, they can't even change a fucking tire or change the oil or anything like that on your car.
Well, all they're going to college for is that little sheet of paper saying that I've done exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. Give me a job, paying me way too much money while I stand around and play on my phone and talk to people.
And it's so heartbreaking that they feel so lost that they're just grasping at straws and trying.
College is just getting that sheet of paper saying that you bought in and done what you're told.
Yeah, that you can go in, sit in a classroom, listen to them spit whatever the fuck they're going to spit, which something they were saying, nowadays is anti-Semitism and all that other crap.
Well, they're not wrong.
They're
not wrong.
And so they're sitting there and they're, you go in and it's basically saying that you can sit there and listen to them and comply, and that's it. You're not actually learning anything.
Well, I mean, you see it firsthand. I mean, granted that I've seen it before, but even now, and let's say my wife's profession,
the thing about New York, right?
The ones that sit there that have had those, went to college, paid all that money, got those degrees, don't do jack and shit. They stand around, talk with the other people on their level, joke and cut up, while the others are the ones that do all the work.
Yeah.
And that's exactly how it works. You buy in, you do what you're told, you get paid a ridiculous amount of money to do jack and shit, while the average person is sitting there doing the work and getting paid jack.
Right, exactly.
That's the world we live in, man. That's the way it's supposed to go.
This is Donald Trump and J.D. Vance versus Kamala Harris, and that should scare all the men out there.
I like it. Caitlin, good luck in the new position. Thanks for joining us on the briefing. We've got a whole lot more coming up, including new details tonight about this Iranian plot to try and assassinate former President Donald Trump.
You ain't got to know shit. You just got to pay the right people.
Join us with new information right after this.
Yeah, did you hear them? They're saying that apparently they've uncovered it's a separate situation, but an Iranian plot to assassinate Trump.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Completely separate situation, but yeah, same thing.
I just, I don't see in the security at this point being basically, I think that was the only shot. You're not going to get close enough to do it again. There's a whole lot of questions that are not ever going to get answered on that. The fact is that one sniper team was basically set up staring at the direction of the shooter You got multiple people sitting there pointing him out, calling him out, and everything else. And if you think for a
You must have
second
moved
that,
your microphone
uh,
because you're not that loud.
it turned down.
That's better. Yeah,
But the fact
you were saying
the
multiple
fact-
people.
Well, the sniper was set up in that direction, and you can watch the video. The sniper's in his scope, and then comes out of his scope, looks in that direction before going back to his scope and pulling the trigger. You're not going to sit there and tell me that they didn't notice the people pointing in the ordeal. The fact is that sniper had that dude cold before he even took a shot.
Yeah, absolutely.
And now you got the officer that climbed up. The guy turned his weapon towards him, and he backed down.
Well, that's because he was climbing up the ladder. The guy
Yeah, you walk up and see a gun pointing at you. Yeah, you're gonna react by dropping back.
Yeah.
I mean, you're kind of screwed at that point. There's not really much you can do. The point is that was a complete screw up because it ain't the local law enforcement's job to keep the president or ex-president safe.
No.
It's Secret Service. And they dropped the fucking ball on that all day long.
Yeah. Agreed.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome former White House Chief of Staff to Donald J. Trump, Reince Priebus.
As a longtime Badger, let me say.
But I mean, do you know what's being done about it?
What's that?
Have you heard what's being done about it? Anybody got fired or stepped down or admitted they screwed up and lost their job?
No, but apparently there's going to be some hearings for the Secret Service. I don't know if it's this week or next week.
Hearings.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they get things accomplished. How many hearings have we listened to over the last 3 years of people lying their ass off and not a damn thing been done?
And I know you're all going to have a few beers while you're here, right? As the former chair of the Wisconsin GOP and chair of the Republican National
I mean, we're still dealing with shit that 3 years ago was all propaganda and lies. 3 years later, oh no, it was the truth the whole time. The shit been done about it? No. I mean, how do you think anything's ever going to change when it takes you 3 years to determine what's right in front of your eyes is real?
Dude, I understand.
I mean, it's hard to even fucking watch at this point when you know you're being lied to straight to your fucking face. But then again, there are plenty of people out there that just believe every fucking word of it. I'm sorry I'm not one of those people.
Yeah.
And I don't care to being blatantly fucking lied to like I'm an idiot.
Unheard and hurting. But when Donald Trump tells you what he'll do on the campaign trail, well, look out because he will deliver when he walks into that Oval Office. Let's remember, while president, he decided to drill, baby, drill. He shut down the border. He confronted China head-on, made Europe pitch in on NATO, lowered taxes, put conservatives on the Supreme Court, and he defeated ISIS. Republicans can turn the tide in the United States and make America great again. We, together here, the Wisconsin GOP, we can make Wisconsin red again in 2024 and send Donald Trump back to the White House. Let's stand united as Republicans. Let's stand united as Americans. Let's make America one again. Let's get to work expanding our majority in the House and taking back the Senate, and let's re-elect Donald Trump president. Thank you, and God bless you.
That was Trump's chief of staff that was just speaking. This must be senators and whatnot that have died. Governors, senators, yeah. So the vice president's supposed to, or the vice president, the vice president nominee is supposed to speak tomorrow. Republican nominee.
Yeah, that I actually want to see.
I remember right, that's supposed to start, I want to say like 6:15, 6:30. RNC schedule. I was looking at a schedule earlier today, but I can't remember. Is it this website I was on? Oh, here it is. Okay, so starts tomorrow at official delegate experience. Official season session 4 is 5:45, so that's 6:45 our time.
So who's speaking now? The British Prime Minister?
No, chairman for the Native American people.
I can't on the stream. I can't hear them talking.
Our ancestors occupied these lands for hundreds of years, fishing area rivers and lakes, hunting the land, tapping maple tree groves for sugar, and harvesting crops in fields each fall. The Potawatomi connection.
You can turn it up just a little. I can understand him now.
Today, our tribe is part of what makes Milwaukee a great place to live and work. And while we are best known for entertainment and tourism, our tribe is also a part of the fabric of this community through our construction, technology, and real estate business ventures, and the charitable work our foundation does with community nonprofits. Thank you. Potawatomi are just one of 11 tribes in Wisconsin and one of 574 in the United States. Even though each tribe is unique with their own histories, cultures, and distinct challenges and opportunities, the tribes still share many commonalities, especially a desire and need to keep our people safe. And right now, Native people are facing real threats to ensure our safety. The growing use and abuse of illegal drugs are claiming countless lives on reservations across this country.
The fact that
And
they
Native
could just
American
come over the
women
border is
and girls continue to be exploited, trafficked, and subjected to violence at reprehensible levels. So tonight's theme, Make America Safe Again, is especially important for us. I look forward to working with everyone here to make America safe again. To help us preserve, protect, and enhance our future generations. Miigwech, and God bless America.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome businessman Harry Johnson.
Well, what a group. Well, I'm Perry Johnson.
You're an ugly
and I'm a
motherfucker,
business
is what you
owner
are.
of 81 companies around the
I
world.
wasn't gonna say it, Dave.
I'm going to ask you one simple question. Are Americans better
That
off
is not the
today
face you put on the
than they
side of
were
the building.
4
You know
years
what I mean?
ago?
The face made for radio. Face only a mama could love.
In 2019, the median
You
household
know, you really don't
income
have room
in the
to
United
talk.
States
I'm
was
beautiful, that's why I'm on
$4,000
camera.
more than it is today. And on an average, things are
It's also why nobody's
20%
watching.
more expensive. Why?
We had people watching
Joe
yesterday.
Biden.
Hey, we got a new follower yesterday. Thank you very much.
When you go to the grocery
Yeah, I was
store
actually shocked with the randy
and
that
you
you were
find that
doing.
things are 30% more, you can thank Joe Biden. When you have to fill up your gas tank and it's 50% more expensive, thank Joe Biden. And when you buy a home and get a mortgage, your payments are almost double what they were 4 years ago. And I know because one of my companies is a mortgage company. Now, what do you say we fire Joe Biden? I live in Michigan, a state with grit in its veins, beautiful Great Lakes, and greatness in its soul. We built the auto industry. We win national championships. Go Blue! But under Joe Biden and Gretchen Whitmer, we can't catch a break. And Michigan isn't alone. Everyone worries about the economy. Do you know that right now, 66% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck? I think that stinks. But Biden says things are looking up. Well, the only person looking up is Joe Biden as he stares into space on the debate stage. In 2016, Americans elected Trump to fix Washington. He built the strongest economy in our lifetime. What do you say we give Trump a hand with no inflation? Joe Biden says he can't keep our borders safe. Did Trump keep our borders safe? Yes. Under Trump, we had virtually no inflation for 4 years. That is a fact. Under Trump, family income went up every year. That is a fact.
Hey, Katora.
Our borders were secure under Trump. That is a fact.
Hey, what's up?
And under Trump, we will have lower prices, affordable American energy, lower taxes, and a better quality of life. What do you say we re-elect Trump? Trump. When I brought quality to the auto industry, it was pivotal in saving the auto industry. And
Doing
when
all right
Trump
today?
brings quality to Washington, he will save America.
All talk, it won't happen. If it happens, then everyone else has to do
Carmela
it.
and Gretchen, I have a message for you. Michigan is the state that gave Donald Trump the win in 2016, and Michigan will be the state that sends President Trump back to the White House in 24. President Trump is the toughest president since Teddy Roosevelt. When he was shot, notice, they were carting him his way and his arm was raised because nothing will stop him. Fight. For
One
him,
country lowers
America
taxes, all
is
countries have
always
to.
First. He has the heart of a lion.
Yeah, well, I could
the
see that.
brain of a genius, and he's done it before. President Trump is ready to save our country, to make America great again. I am ready to do whatever is necessary to get Trump back in the White House. Are you with me? Yes! 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 Trump! 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 Let's do it!
Playing Smash Mouth. No, inflation's never going to go away. I mean, that's just one of those things. I'm doing all right, thank you. Inflation can be lowered, but it's never going to go away. That's why, like here in the U.S., you get a cost of living raise every year because it always goes up. Everything's always going up. Yeah, well, it makes sense. Like I said, because everything's always going up.
Yeah, that's a movie I forgot all about.
What's that?
The last Indiana Jones movie that came out. I've never actually watched it.
Oh, The Dial of Destiny?
Yeah.
For you, it's in the million. What does that mean? Oh, for us, it's in the millions. What do you mean it's in the millions? Cost of living is $1.5 million per month. Damn. Cost of living is $1.5 million per month. That's ridiculous. What's the conversion on that? That's 1,500. That's 500. Okay, so there we go. That's, let's see, hundreds, thousands, but okay, so 1.5 million. So that's 900, basically $910,000 a month.
$10,000 a month?
No, $910,000 a month. He's saying that the cost of living is $1.5 million over there a month. Do the conversion. That's $909,532 a month.
That's you can't even wrap your head around that.
No. So now they're just playing music till the next speaker comes out. That's special. Did you, you said you were watching Biden's speech from earlier today when he was in Vegas?
I tried.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the next senator from Arizona, Carrie Lake.
Yeah, it wasn't that great.
Yeah, I was just kidding. I'm not entirely who's writing his speeches, but I am pretty sure they have no grasp on the reality.
I think they just put words together that he might be able to say.
Wow. Hello. I love you. I love you. I love you, Arizona.
I love you, but I don't know who the fuck you are.
You guys are amazing. Wow, this is MAGA energy tonight, guys.
I don't get that. People sit there, they're like, I love you, I love you. You love me.
This room, America,
You don't even know my fucking name. How do you love me?
This is electric. Hello, America. Welcome everybody.
Oh, please. You know they brought people.
And welcome
Huh?
everybody in this great
That was
arena
her family
tonight. We
member
love
or
you
whoever
all.
she brought.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, wait a minute. I don't mean that. I don't welcome everybody in this meeting. You in this room, the guys up in the fake news, frankly.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Fuck.
All right,
Let's
frankly,
just call them out
you
already.
guys up there in the fake news have worn out your welcome, right?
Damn, I almost wish I was watching one of the other news channels.
Yeah, no shit.
Spent the last 8 years lying about President Donald Trump and his amazing patriotic supporters. Actually,
That was fucking harsh.
they've lied about Joe Biden's health, the economy, the laptop, the border.
I'm pulling it up
I
right
could go
now.
on and on and on. But the really good news is that every day more and more people are turning off the fake news. And they're... That's right. And Americans are waking up to the truth about the disastrous Democrat policies pushed by Joe Biden and his favorite
Fox
congressman,
didn't turn
my
away
opponent,
from it.
Ruben Gallego. These guys, they're full of bad ideas. Just last week, Ruben Gallego voted to let the millions of people who poured into our country illegally cast a ballot in this upcoming election to the drug cartels. And because of them, Gallego and the Democrats have handed over control of my state, Arizona's border, to the drug cartels. And because of them, criminals and deadly drugs
CNN
are
didn't
pouring
turn off at all
our
either.
Children are dying.
They
Our
didn't change
children are
anything.
getting their hands on these drugs and dying. I'll tell you, the hardest thing I've had to do on the campaign trail is talk to
CBS
moms
is
and
a
dads
commercial.
who come up to me
Of course
and
they
tell
are.
me that their 19-year-old son has died because of fentanyl poisoning, or their 22-year-old daughter took a half a pill and she's gone. We are losing a generation of young people to this fentanyl crisis, and it's got to stop. The Grand Canyon State has become the fentanyl state, and it's not okay with this mom. I'm not okay with that. I don't think it's okay with that mom. I don't think it's okay with that mom. It doesn't have to be this way. The problems we face are huge. The problems caused by the Democrat Party. But the solutions, guys, they're really simple. First of all, stop the Biden invasion and build the wall. Easy.
Stop the Biden invasion.
And while we're building the wall, let's kick Bidenomics to the curb and bring back the Maganomics. Is that okay? I miss the strong Trump economy. And because I'm a mama bear, I want to replace this indoctrination, this
Shit, I miss the
psychological
economy
abuse
too.
they're inflicting on our children with a real, solid, quality education. It's all common sense. The great news is that we can solve these problems, and to be honest, we must solve these problems for the sake of our children, because that's really what this is all about, right? The next generation, the future of our country. I learned something watching, the Nature Channel, that the most dangerous place on planet Earth is between a mama bear and her baby cubs. Right? And that's exactly where the radical left have found themselves, and it's not going to go well for them. Because guess what? They have awoken a sleeping giant. Tens of millions of moms and dads from sea to shining sea, they're going to show up on November 5th, and they're going to be hearing from us on November 5th. That's right. Actually, I can think of one thing more dangerous than a grizzly bear, and it's a middle-aged, fed-up mother in Washington, D.C. And I haven't even started my hot flashes yet, guys. Just wait. Just wait. But seriously, I want every mother and father to know this, that we, the Republican Party, will fight. I will fight, not just for my kids and my daughters over here. Are you over there, Ruby? Wave to me. Wave to Mom. My daughter's over there. I want to fight for, selfishly, I want to fight for my kids, but I want to fight for your kids as well. They deserve a better future. They deserve a better future. But the really good news here, and the fake news the fake news wants us to believe we're 50-50 at each other's throat. They're creating division and anger. Americans are actually much more united than people believe, right? You see it, we see it. We want to make life better, and we want to create an incredible future for this generation and the next generation. And together, when we join together, we will make America safe again, and we will make America great again. God bless all of you here tonight.
So Fox is
God
not
bless you,
showing
America,
who's
and God
speaking.
bless President Donald J. Trump. I love you
They're
guys.
talking
Thank
to
you.
people outside. They've got it playing in the background, but they're not showing who's talking.
Oh, really? Oh, you're on voice chat,
Ladies
Couture?
and gentlemen, please welcome the next senator from Wisconsin, Eric
Oh, we're in the
Humphrey.
wrong. Yeah, I guess we could jump there.
Yeah, we can jump over.
President Trump, Mr. Chairman, and delegates, welcome to Wisconsin.
Howdy.
Hello.
Howdy.
I'm Eric Humphrey. I'm proud to be running for the United States
Been a while.
Senate.
Been a while.
Great state of Wisconsin, where my
How's
family
it going
has
over
lived
there?
for more than 100 years.
Oh, it's been a fun week so far.
We're all here today for one reason.
Oh, yeah.
To make
Hot as
Americans
hell.
safer, stronger, and more prosperous.
It's humid and cold down here
We
today.
are blessed to live
Humid
in the
and
greatest
cold?
country
So that arrow,
in
the
human history.
One half of the country is cold, the other half's humid.
But America is struggling under Joe Biden.
Plus, we live on a volcano too.
And Senator Baldwin has been a rubber stamp voting with him 95.5%
All right, so
of the time.
the director of the
Believe that. Biden with
Secret
Baldwin's help
Service saying
has
that
weakened
roof
us
has
in
a
every
sloped
way,
roof,
making
and we don't want to
Americans
put anybody
less
on a
safe.
sloped roof, putting them in danger.
They've eroded us
Yet the
financially
snipers
by
were
racking
set
up
up
more debt
On a
the building
slope
with a
roof.
sloped roof.
than our country's
Oh, yeah, that was her excuse. So stupid.
Yeah, oh my god.
fueling massive inflation and leaving families
Yeah,
wondering
she's
how they're going to pay the bills.
rumored supposedly to
They've
get her
made us
recently.
less safe at home.
Oh,
with
she
their
already
defund
said
the
in her
police
interview she's
movement.
not resigning.
And Biden, with his
They could
border
fire her,
czar,
but she's
Vice
not
President
resigning.
Harris,
She's not stepping down.
opened our southern border,
It's not up to her at the end
allowing
of the day.
criminals and terrorists to enter our country.
She doesn't get to make that call.
Golden
She can
drug
get forced
cartels
out if
to
she has
flood our
to.
streets with
Oh
fentanyl,
yeah.
killing over
Well,
100,000
the next week or two, they're
every
gonna
year.
have a lot of
It is
eyes on with the way it was
talked to
handled. So I'm
parents
sure
that
sooner
have
or later
lost
she's
their
gonna
child to this fentanyl poison.
get the
They've made us
retirement.
less safe and secure internationally. With
Shoot
their
her rather than the
incompetent
prison, if you
withdrawal
ask
from
me.
Afghanistan, our adversaries moved. Putin
Well, according
on
to the White
Ukraine,
House yesterday, they
Iran through
fully
their
support
proxies, Hamas on
and
Israel,
have every bit of
and China
confidence in
getting
her
more aggressive
and,
every day.
yeah, her
Despite
ability
all
to
of
do the
that,
job.
Tammy Baldwin called
Cover
the
up.
Biden administration the most successful in generations. Can you believe that one? I mean,
Well, the
seriously.
fact is, nobody's
This
held
shows
accountable for
how
anything anymore.
detached she is
That's
from
exactly what it
everyday
boils down to.
Wisconsinites.
Guilty till proven
It doesn't
innocent.
have to be this way. Under
Well,
President
hey, at this
Trump,
point, you're proven
family
guilty and
budgets
still
were more
nothing's done.
secure. Our border was secure. Our world was secure.
But yeah, cost of living for us over here, it's nearly
Where
2 million.
Biden and Baldwin have failed,
I can't even wrap my
President
head
Trump
around
and I
that.
will get the job
That's per
done.
month, not per year.
Per month.
Our
Dude, I could
country
live the
has
rest of
become
my
too
life off
divided,
of
though.
$2 million.
Well, and that's
Instead
like
of
I said,
putting
I
on
did
just the
the
blue jersey or the
conversion.
red
That's
jersey,
basically
we
$910,000
need to
a
put on
month
the
here.
red, white, and blue jersey and come together as Americans.
Yeah.
We need to heal this country from the division that the left has brought. And the media, you have to stop dividing
That's
us.
still a life-changing amount of money here.
If we can come together,
Oh yeah,
You said
we will
900,000?
win Wisconsin.
910,000.
We'll restore
Yeah,
America.
that's
But it's gonna take everyone
life-changing
getting
amounts
involved.
of money.
Because for us,
Ready to go save
like we
your
have the usual
country.
taxes, right? But those taxes also get taxed, and then that secondary tax also gets taxed a third time. That's why everything's so expensive.
I think it's time to move, dude.
God
Won't make a difference.
Ladies and gentlemen, please
Like,
welcome the next senator from Ohio,
even though I'm planning
Bernie
to do it,
Moreno.
just move to Canada.
It does seem like I don't know. I ain't saying Canada ain't got its issues too, but
Yeah, but here's the catch though. Canada is part of the Commonwealth and we don't need a visa thing.
Thank you.
Oh, well, yeah.
Thank you. I'm Bernie Moreno.
And apparently,
to stand
the
before you
funniest
tonight
loop,
as the
however,
Republican
with
nominee
the most
for the
restricted
U.S. Senate from the
citizenship
great
on the
state of
planet,
Ohio.
if you get a Canadian citizenship, you also become American citizen.
Many years ago, my parents brought me and my siblings to
I
America.
don't know how that works because I do know Canadian citizen
because
was
they
talking.
wanted
I was,
their children
listened
to
to
live
the
in a
other
country
day,
where they could achieve
and
anything.
they were saying
I will forever
technically they're still a
be grateful
Canadian
to them.
citizen, so they can't
I
vote
love
in
America,
the United States.
and I've lived the American dream.
But they do
Yeah.
live
Married
here.
my best friend.
It's funny though. It's like the most stupidest loophole ever. And yet they make it so impossible
and created
to get a
thousands
US
of jobs for
citizenship alone.
hardworking Americans. But the American dream that I lived is
Yet it's
under attack
ridiculously
from Joe
easy to
Biden
get a Canadian
and his enablers in the Senate, like Sherrod Brown. They have encouraged millions of illegals to invade America. And Joe Biden's border czar, Kamala Harris, and the Democrat Senate have put the welfare of illegals ahead of our own citizens. They've destroyed our border. They've destroyed our economy.
NBC
They've destroyed our standing
is already
in the world,
just straight
and they'll
out
destroy
attacking
America if
JD
we
Vance.
don't stop them.
I'm
In
not
November,
surprised.
We will fire Biden and Harris,
I was seeing
and we
him
will
too.
re-elect President Donald J. Trump.
Not surprising.
I'm so proud that
Oh
my
no, they're not.
senator,
It's like they're
my
not even
friend,
focused on Trump
JD
anymore. They're
Vance,
focused on him.
will be the next vice
It's
president
just another
of the
Mike
United
Pence
States.
at the end of the day.
Yeah.
He represents the best of Ohio, the best of America, and will be an incredible leader and defender of President Trump's plan to always put America first. And he won't stop there. Sherrod Brown votes with Biden virtually.
He was doing the job. I wouldn't even be doing this at the
time.
Look, they're all pointing.
I don't know if I agree with my wife 100%
Yeah, someone's on
of the
top of the
time.
roof. Look. Gary is right there.
Sharon and Joe seem to have a
Right there, see him?
very close
He's
relationship.
laying down. See him?
Yeah, he's laying down.
Well, tonight, we've got a message for failed lifelong politicians like
What's
Sherrod
happening?
Brown and Joe Biden. It's time to go home. A vote for Trump
I
and
am.
Marino
That was one
is a
thing.
vote to put America first.
They were just the two ladies on Fox. Like I said, they're not listening to who's speaking. They're sitting there going on about other things.
Protect American
But
workers.
like she just
and
said, I
rescue
can't wait for the
America's
debate.
family from Biden's and Brown's
Well, I can't wait for the second debate.
Oh, I ain't talking about Brad. I'm talking about the vice
I
president
will fight
debate.
alongside Donald Trump to make America stronger, safer, and
I
more
just got a
prosperous.
distinct feeling he's going to
Thank
tear
you,
her apart.
and may God continue to bless the United States of America.
Of course he will.
Well, as soon as she's pressured or put under any
Ladies
kind
and
of,
gentlemen, please welcome the next
stress
senator
or
from
whatever,
Michigan,
her
Mike
defense
Rogers.
mechanism is that fucking hyena-like cackle that she's got.
Yeah.
Hello, America.
I mean, as soon as you push her a
Rogers,
little bit,
candidate
that's
for the
just
United
like a
States
nervous
Senate
tick.
for the
She
great
can't help
state
it.
of Michigan. And I want to give a quick shout out to my fellow Michiganders, the hardest working people in the United States. God bless you right there. I said, because Joe Biden and my liberal opponents runaway spending, American families have been crushed by inflation. High costs of groceries and gasoline and rent. I was talking to a grocery clerk just recently. She said, I got it when this carts got a little skinny at the beginning of Joe Biden's administration because of high costs. But what breaks my heart is at the end of ringing up an order, they have to reach up and pull something off the counter and put it back in their cart. Thanks.
Oh yeah, there
to the
was a guy
Democrats
shot and
in
killed
Washington,
near
D.C.
the
most
near the
expensive
building
vehicle
earlier
to
today.
operate in
Did you hear
Michigan
about
in
that?
2024 is your grocery cart, thanks to the Democrats
What do you mean?
in Washington, D.C.
Outside the RNC.
Oh, I didn't hear
there
about
was
that. No.
Yeah, there was a shooting near the building.
Better get a long extension cord.
It won't be long till the Civil War happens.
EV mandates will destroy American jobs. EVs require 40% less labor to build than gas cars. And here's the kicker. 85% of the
A lot of
critical
American
minerals
citizens are
needed
trying
to
to fly
build
over
them
here to
are
get away from the
processed
bullshit.
in China.
Shit, I don't blame him.
It is impossible to build an EV without getting into
I ain't gonna lie,
with the
the
Communist
next-
Party of China.
The rest of this year
My
is
opponent
gonna.
even signed an
Yeah,
agreement
it's gonna.
to use taxpayer
one
money
way or the
to bring
other.
a Chinese battery company to
It's
Michigan.
just getting
Your
to the breaking
taxpayers'
point.
money. I'll tell you this.
Yeah.
I will never put
Only
our
going to take
children's
one bullet to
future
pop the cherry.
at the hands, or the matter of fact, the Michigan auto business in Michigan in the hands of the Chinese Communist Party, and it's the Republicans that are going to stop them from doing that. I'm committed to keep Americans safe from threats both at home and abroad. As a former Army officer, FBI special agent battling organized crime,
I don't know what
chairman
you
of the
sent me,
House
but it didn't
Intelligence
go
Committee,
off.
I've seen how dangerous the world can be. But in all my time working to protect America, I have never seen anything like the Biden-Harris open border policy. They are rolling out
Looking
the
to
red
see what
carpet
the
for violent gangs,
thing says
fentanyl,
about the guy that
Chinese
was killed.
spies, individuals on the terrorist watch list. And listen, our adversaries aren't stupid. They know that all they need to do is wait until nap time at the White House to
There
push
was
the
an
limit.
out-of-state officer
Does anyone really believe that another
that
4
killed a
years of
man
Biden, Harris, and a Democrat Senate will make us safer,
about a mile
more
from the convention
prosperous?
site. Shot by
I
officers
certainly don't. And I
with the
don't
Columbus,
think Michigan
Ohio
does
Police
either.
Department.
Listen, it is long past time that we restore
Thousands of
law
officers
and
are
order.
from
We
multiple
make
jurisdictions
groceries
are in Milwaukee.
affordable again. We make America respected again. We make America safe again. We flip the United States Senate
The
and
shooting,
elect Donald Trump.
there's nothing
and
to
make
suggest the shooting
America
was related
great
to the
again.
convention itself.
Thanks. Get fired up. This is the election to do your work. God bless.
Blah, 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 blah. So apparently it was at like a tent city, and the gentleman that was killed lived in a tent encampment across the street from the park. The man was well known among locals and others who lived in and near the encampment. Nothing to say why he was shot there. At least not this this one here. That was posted 2 hours ago.
Which channel did you say you posted that?
I didn't post it in a channel. It's up on the
Please welcome the next senator from Pennsylvania,
where the videos are.
Dave McCormick.
Hello, Milwaukee.
It's in the shared folder.
Oh, okay.
Who's ready? Who's ready to retire Joe Biden and border czar Kamala Harris and send her back to California? Who's ready for that? And who's ready to make Donald Trump our 47th president? Are you ready for that? And who's ready to make J.D. Vance our new vice president? And who's ready to send Chuck Schumer packing? I'm ready. I'm ready. My name is Dave McCormick, and I'm running to be the Pennsylvania's next United States Senator, the great Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
and
like
I want to
said,
first acknowledge what transpired just a few days ago in my home state, where I witnessed firsthand from a front row seat in Butler, President Trump's remarkable strength and resolve in a terrifying and unpredictable moment.
Okay, so two people were fighting. The gentleman went over to try and break it up because of the nearby police presence. And that's when shots rang out.
And we all thank God that President Trump is okay.
That's what it's saying here.
I'm a 7th-generation Pennsylvanian from the great Keystone State, born and raised. A West Point graduate, a former Army wrestler. I'm a combat veteran of the 82nd Airborne Division. All right, 82nd. And I'm a business leader who helped create hundreds of jobs in Western Pennsylvania. But most important, I'm a dad to 6 daughters, and I'm a husband to the love of my life, Dina.
6 daughters? What the fuck?
Now my opponent's name is Bob Casey. But you probably don't know him because he does nothing.
Nothing ordinary about that.
Bob Casey has been warming a chair and drawing a paycheck. He is a do-nothing, out-of-touch, liberal career politician. And when he votes for Joe Biden's tired old ideas. Casey's been around so long that the #1 song when he was first elected was the Macarena, right? Does everybody remember the Macarena? But sadly, this is no joke, because politics is about choices, and the policies of Biden and Bob Casey are dangerous for Pennsylvania and America. They won't keep us safe. Drugs have poured across the Biden-Harris, Casey wide-open borders, killing 100,000 Americans, including 4,000 Pennsylvanians last year alone. Illegal immigrants have victimized innocent young women who could easily be your daughter or mine. And time again, Casey has voted for pro-criminal judges who have made our streets across Pennsylvania more dangerous. Biden and Casey's failed policies have crushed working families with sky-high prices for gas and groceries and rent. And regulations.
I'm going to turn this down a little bit because he's just saying the same thing that we've heard from other people. So over there in the Kiwi land, what are some of the things that are being said about what's happened since Saturday and then now with the RNC? Well, I guess it'd be Sunday for you. Now with the RNC and things like that going on. I mean, I've watched some. Was it Sky News? It's got the Aussie chick on there.
Us.
Yeah,
that's
well, that's Aussie though, isn't it? The
No,
Australians?
it isn't. It's UK. No, it's UK.
There's a blonde Aussie chick that usually is on there.
Yeah, but it's mixed race everywhere you go to. Sky News is mainly UK.
Okay. Well, anyways, I was watching some of that earlier today. But
Aussie is I think it's Sunrise News or something, if I remember correctly.
what is it? Sunrise?
I think so. I can't recall.
I was just curious what's being said on that side of the world about stuff that's happening.
Same as what everybody else is saying. It's all scripted, really.
Yeah.
That had some. That basically somebody pulled up all the footage they could find, and
Yeah.
yeah. But it still shows that there's almost 2 full minutes of people knowing that he was up there. And I mean, the two snipers are facing in that direction.
Did you see the picture I sent you earlier today?
Possibly not. You know, I've been running around all day.
Well, I sent it to you on Facebook.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can pull that picture back up and I'll post
Hold
it.
on. I got it. Yeah, you might have to repost it. Just want me to sign in to take a look at it.
No, that's not it. That's the New York Times one. That's not the one I was talking about. It's in the tree stand.
Yeah, I saw that. I mean, that right there is your blatant. Oh, the roof was at an angle. We didn't want to put anybody on an angle, but yet the roof the sniper is obviously sitting on is just his angle.
Exactly.
Yeah. State police even knew about the shooter before the Secret Service did as well, unfortunately.
Yeah, somebody said earlier that the local police and stuff like that were out there would not be on the same channel as the Secret Service as far as the walkies and stuff like that. That even though the local cops that were running security may have been talking and responding, that they were on a different channel. Which what the fuck is the point of them being there if they're not all communicating? You know?
Exactly.
Why are you going to have over half of your security talking on a completely different channel as the Secret Service?
Well, police don't have proper clearance to be on White House channels.
Well, the fact is, in a situation like that, when you're using local law enforcement, then they should security should precede. I mean, they shouldn't be talking about secret stuff on security detail anyway. But you can't run a security without communication. You can't have half of your people not knowing what the other half is doing when you're securing one asset. I mean, I understand. I mean, even if the Secret Service platform needed to be secure for security reasons, there should have been another channel where people were communicating.
As the world watches,
it was poorly fucking handled for whatever
No,
reason.
look at the size of that fucking dog.
let me just say just this.
What the hell are you talking about?
She makes us smile.
It's not a dog, that's a dude.
He's talking about the dog that's in the chair next to him. It's his pet. It's his pet called Baby Doll.
The foundation of my life is the truth.
That's not a dog, that's a dude.
Hey, they say like pets look like their owners.
To find something that knowingly I've told
You made me check the stream for that.
and they can't do it.
Good Lord.
Because I'm not going to do that. Now I want you to listen to this and pay really close attention.
Look at the size of that fucking dog.
Good Lord. That dog can't even walk on its own power.
Great country today is one thing.
He's a thick boy.
It's a dumpling with legs. What are you talking about?
Not elected in November. I want to talk to you tonight about my relationship with President Trump.
Oh, good. I thought he was going to say baby doll. A fucking dog.
I want to tell you the truth about him and his family. He's tough. He's super smart. He's a business guy. But maybe there's something that you've missed, and that is he genuinely cares. He cares about all of us, every last one of us, and he loves this nation beyond good sense. He has amazing kids. I've hunted and fished with Don Jr. He's an incredible outdoorsman and a really treasured friend. Now imagine this. Eric and I have been so far back in the woods on top of a mountain, and I blew the tire out on the back of my 4x4, and who was under the vehicle right then? Eric Trump. Eric Trump changed the tire. Donald Trump has taught his kids the very best. He's taught them absolutely to respect the military.
Yeah, Fox is a little behind with you're showing live. That's why when you said something about the dog hadn't come out on the screen I was watching yet. I didn't know what you were talking about.
Let me tell you just this. I was in the green room with President Trump, and there was a MAGA hat laying there. I picked it up. We had just had our first grandbaby, a boy named JC. JC absolutely was just not old at all. And all of a sudden I asked President Trump if he would sign that hat for our grandbaby JC. He took it. You know what he wrote on it? He wrote, JC, always work hard. Now let's review. Donald J. Trump, my friend, my close friend. He's tough. He's super smart. He's a business guy. He loves America. He taught his kids the right values, and he's a hard worker. Sure sounds like a leader to me. Sure sounds like
He's just kind of rambling on though.
Kind of.
Then ask yourself, why does
Oh, he's sitting down too, huh?
Oh yeah.
and continue to take this senseless persecution?
I guess you're right. The pets and their owners do kind of resemble.
Because we're worth it. Now, Baby Doll's got a prediction for everybody here. And here's the prediction. Baby Dog says,
Oh, baby dog.
retain the House, the majority in the
I thought he was calling her baby doll.
I thought he was too.
We're going to flip the United States Senate. And overwhelmingly, we're going to elect Donald J. Trump and J.D. Vance in November. And Baby Dog says, what is the reason that she knows why we're going to win? And the answer is one thing, because we're worth it. God bless you. God bless this great country. And God bless Donald J. Trump.
I thought he was going to say like bacon or kibbles and bits or something. I got a phone call. Give me a second. That was grim. He said he lost power.
Oh, shut up.
We do have a storm coming in, but I'm looking at the radar right now. But it shouldn't affect us. But anyways, while I was talking to him, his power came back on, so he's logging back in.
Welcome the next senator from Indiana, Congressman Jim Banks.
Thank you. I don't know about you, but thank God baby dogs are Republican. Thank you, fellow Republicans, and thank you to the great state of Indiana for making me your nominee to be the next United States, and I have lived the American dream, and I'm proud of it. But the biggest difference today between Republicans and Democrats is that we believe America is the greatest country in the history of the world. But they don't. I got to tell you, as an Afghanistan war veteran...
Yeah, but they say the same thing, that they believe that best country, but we don't believe that.
I've never been more ashamed than when Joe Biden's disastrous withdrawal left 13 American heroes dead, and then he lied about it.
Well, that's the part that sucks. He lied about it.
Americans want a president who is proud of their country and who they can be proud of. Joe Biden is an embarrassment. We went from the strongest president of my lifetime in President Trump to the weakest president in history in Joe Biden. We need President Trump back in the White House if we're going to make America great once again. But ladies and gentlemen, he's going to need backup in the United States Senate. This is no time for wimpy Republicans. That's why I'm running. We'll start by securing the border. If you came here illegally under Joe Biden, you're going back to where you came from under Donald Trump. My dad was a Union Democrat for most of his life. Today, he's a Trump Republican.
I'm interested to know, I mean, granted, there's a bunch of people here illegally.
My dad knows that President Trump will always put
How are they just going to go around and round people up? You know? Say, oh, you're illegal. That's why I'm rounding you up. That doesn't make sense.
Accountable for taking our jobs. He brought
there's got to be some way to figure out.
And boosted wages for hardworking Hoosiers. Ladies and gentlemen, Trump saved the American dream. But if we have Biden for 4 more years, that dream won't be there for my 3 daughters. So we are going to take our country back for them, for your children, for your grandchildren, for every American. My friends, I can't wait for November 5th at 6:01 p.m. Eastern Time, when the great state of Indiana is once again the first state on the board to give our Electoral College votes to the greatest president of my lifetime, my friend, Donald J. Trump. Thank you. God bless.
Ladies and gentlemen, now please welcome Captain Sam Brown, the next senator from Nevada.
Okay, let me ask you something, Keturah. I'm assuming as a democratic country that you guys vote for your people in office, yes or no?
Yeah, but we don't have a president.
No, I'm not talking about president. I'm just saying people that are in charge.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you have anything like the Electoral College?
No.
What are your thoughts
Wait.
on the Electoral College?
I don't really know much for it.
Thank my children. I do this for many reasons. And you
Is there a reason
are part
why?
of that mission.
Because it's a bad joke.
Well, it is a bad joke. Plus, those electoral things, they don't go by everybody's votes.
Because I know the importance of hope.
Well,
in difficult times.
I completely agree 100%. I think the Electoral College is a fucking disaster area.
Over
Because-
here, everybody's votes gets counted. And I mean everybody, from the child to the elder.
Well,
Which
see,
is the way it should be.
And it's not that it doesn't get counted here. It does. So let's say like here in Georgia. Say we have 3 million people. I mean, I don't know, but the electoral votes, we have, let's say 10 electoral votes. We'll make it even, okay? So out of everybody that can vote, because you're going to be 18 or older, everybody that votes, 3 million people, if you have, or let's make it easier. Let's just say 100, so that we can say 50-50. If there's 50-50 and there's 10 electoral votes, and 5 do not go to the Republican and 5 do not go to the Democrats. It doesn't work like that. There has to be a 51-49 percentage. So if there's a 51% for Republican, all 10 votes go to Republican. If it's 51% Democrat, all 10 votes go to Democrat. So basically the entire fucking state voted for whichever side got 51%.
Or whichever side they say got 51%.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is
You
bullshit. The way it should be is just like he said, every vote fucking counts.
Right.
Yeah.
Because if I vote Republican and the electoral votes go Democrat, then what was the point of me fucking voting? Because it meant absolutely nothing. If I vote Democrat and the votes go Republican, it's the same thing. My vote didn't fucking matter.
Well, that's the whole point behind it, is because your vote matters, but it doesn't really.
Like, all that electoral college bullshit, only 80% of the votes get counted, not 100. They choose what goes what, where it goes, who it goes to. Over here, each piece of paper gets counted into the box regardless. But for all other countries, it's only by certain. How would you say? Because the last Trump president vote for all the states, it was rigged.
In 2020?
Yeah, his first
well, they have it on multiple cameras that it was rigged. Hell, here where we live, they show stuffing the ballot box. They show taking ballots out and changing the votes. It is on fucking camera being done.
Yeah,
it didn't matter.
Yeah, but other countries were also interfering.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. I'm not arguing that. But I'm talking about just here. It's on camera. You can see it on CCTV. The footage has been shown. I mean, it's something you can actually go through and look up and watch the CCTV footage of it being done just here locally.
I don't know what you're talking about. All that was
Yeah, exactly.
It never happened. You know that.
That's like, the whole mail-in votes, for like senior citizens and stuff here. They came up to my fucking door and asked me if I had voted yet, and I said no, it's not election day. Oh, well, you got your ballot, right? Yeah, I've got it right here. And I haven't filled it out yet. Well, you could mail that in. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Well, if you'd like, we can go ahead and take it. You just tell us what you want. We'll fill it out for you and we'll turn it in. And they did that for a piss ton of people.
And that's illegal too.
It is illegal. But they came to my front door and said that they would do that. And the place to go voting from my front door is less than a 5-minute drive.
Everybody, my name is Tim Sheehy. Those are also my pronouns.
Like, the votes are already rigged to begin with in November anyway. So this coming November, it's already rigged.
I've been a he-she for 38 years, and I can promise
because Trump wins, free will stop.
That is a joke, but it also shows the lunacy we're
The
living
US
in
and
Joe
Israel
Biden
want Trump
and
to be in
John Tester's
office.
America.
And if he does, those two wars will
I'm a
stop.
former Navy SEAL. My wife was a Marine.
Well,
Oh yeah, I guarantee
wars
the
and
wars will
shit
be
are
over.
good. The simple fact of the matter is that he ain't putting up with that shit.
I was wounded there, served hundreds of missions there. We came home to live the American
Yeah,
dream
and then
in
guess
Montana.
what? Inflation
state of
will
Montana,
go
might
down
add.
when those two wars.
And we started an aerial firefighting company in our barn. We created hundreds of jobs protecting our public lands.
Inflation's
protecting
only
fellow
very high
Montanans
for
from
everybody. It's
devastating
because of the
wildfires.
Israel conflict
I
and
fight
the
wildfires
Russian
for a living,
conflict.
so
That's all
take
it
it
is.
from me, the world is on fire under Joe
People
Biden.
can say whatever they want for
Consider
multiple
for a minute
reasons, the
Biden's
housing
disgraceful
crisis,
retreat from
food
Afghanistan.
crisis,
When he let our
COVID
enemies steal
crisis.
billions
At
of
the end of
dollars
the
of our
day,
equipment and
it's only
kill
those two
13
wars
brave
that are causing
American
all this
service
shit.
members. To this day, there
That's
has been
it.
zero
You're not
accountability.
wrong.
None.
Oh, I'm not going to disagree. I mean that is definitely. I'm not going to say that is the be all of it. You know, that's what started it. That's what's going to end it type thing. I'm saying that the wars are a major factor into it, and yeah, ending them will bring it down, but it's not going to end the inflation.
And some of you may not know who John Tester is, but John
Well,
Tester is the deciding vote for
it will,
Biden's America
like,
at
it will
Last
lower it.
agenda.
It won't
He's got an
end it.
F from the
Yeah,
NRA.
that's what I'm saying. It'll
He's
lower
voted
it.
to open
It's
our
not going to end
borders,
it though.
unleash inflation, and he even put
Oh
a
no,
liberal judge
all
on the
three of
Supreme
us will be
Court
dead
who
by
can't
the
even
time that
define
happens.
what a woman is.
We'll be
Well,
long.
maybe not as sad.
And even drives a Prius.
Only the good die young.
That's right. God hates me too much for that. I'm going to be stuck with my wife forever.
John Tester doesn't represent Montana.
Not your wife, your oldest son, maybe, but not your
Well,
wife.
that too.
I'm sure Lucy wouldn't mind.
Have you heard this crap about Elon Musk buying out, what is it, ABC, just to cancel The View?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've seen it like several times today. I don't know how true it is. Crap.
Oh, I'm sure it's not.
My power keeps flickering, dude. I think I'm gonna have to shut down my computer and stuff.
All right, man. Did you
Yeah, I
see
hate
though
to leave y'all.
that Elon announced yesterday that starting this month or next month, I don't know, something like that, he's going to donate like $25 million or something every month till the campaign's over, you know, till election day's over.
Well, after
Towards
this
Trump.
past Saturday, he openly endorsed Trump.
Yeah.
So, the man's got some pull. Let's put it that way. And like I said yesterday, I'm invested into some of his things, so I wish him all the success in the world.
We don't do endorsements here.
There are no, they don't financially back party members there.
Scariest sound
Nah.
you'll ever hear.
No, well,
They
that's
just
the way
go
it
by
should
the
be.
votes.
Country.
Yeah. Anyway, I hate to leave y'all, but I need to shut this equipment down. I don't feel like replacing all of it. My power keeps flickering, so until the storm passes over, I'm going to
We
shut down.
escaped from Vietnam
All right, man.
just days before Saigon fell to the communists. We were given a new life in the most generous country on earth.
Yeah, I gotta go soon too.
My
But,
name's Hung Kao,
yeah,
and America saved my life.
you can't really do much with all this politics dramas.
I grabbed onto the American dream. I graduated from the
Oh, it
United
is
States
getting
Naval
ready to
Academy.
rain. It's getting
But
ready
I
to
paid
pour
back
here.
every dime of that
Change
American
the,
dream
radar.
with 25 years of service in Navy Special
Let's
Operations.
have a look at the live planetary radar.
I saw combat in Iraq, Afghanistan, and Somalia. I retired as captain of the United States Navy, and now I stand before you
Well, there's no major storms
for the United States
in
Senate
the area.
in the Commonwealth of Virginia.
What, where you're at?
No, where you're at.
Only in America, ladies and gentlemen, only in America. But we're losing our country.
It's light green, dark green, yellow, orange, and red.
Of illegal aliens flood our borders.
Live planetary just shows blue and green.
What is it?
Well, this website I'm looking at, I can see hurricanes, cyclones, any major storms throughout the entire planet.
If you're not willing
Yeah, but what's
to
it called?
obey the American laws and embrace the American culture.
Well, one of them is Zoom Earth.
Okay.
The other one is Earth School.
Earth School? I haven't heard of that.
Yeah.
Because I did.
They're all live planetary radars. It's what all the news and media outlets use for river reports.
I love this country so much that I wrote a blank check up to and including my life. I'm running against Hillary's running mate, Senator Tim Kaine. Kaine is a weak man in a dangerous world. We only have one thing in common. The American taxpayer signed our paychecks for 30 years.
You find them?
Except Kaine is a career politician with millions of dollars to show for it. I've been a warrior
trying to see if I can,
with scars to prove it, and I'm damn proud
If I
of it.
could, like, mark on it. Measure distance. Measure area.
In November, the left will vote for the hatred of one man. We will vote for love. Love of God, love of family, and love for the greatest nation on earth.
Hate to break it to you, Seb, but I actually gotta run.
Alright, man.
And Virginia will elect
Yeah,
me
gotta
and President Trump,
take care
and
of
together we will save
child
America.
things.
No worries. Take it easy.
Yeah, you too. Catch you around there.
Alright.
My name is Hung Kao. I'm the next senator from the Commonwealth of Virginia, and I'm not done fighting for us. May God bless you, may God bless President Trump, and may God bless the United States of America.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome United States Senator Rick Scott of Florida.
So I was hoping that there would be something more than them just reading the same shit over and over again. So far, it hasn't been anything.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. You can tell I'm from the great state of Florida. Well, the Democrats couldn't stop him. The media couldn't stop him. The liberal judges couldn't stop him. A bullet from a madman couldn't stop him. Can anything stop Donald Trump from becoming the next president and making America great again? I've known Donald since before each of us ran for office, and it's an honor to be here to do everything I can to get him reelected back in the White House where he should belong every day going forward. Now, like all of you, I'm blessed. I was born to a single mom. I grew up in public housing. I started working at the age of 7. I enlisted in the U.S. Navy at the age of 18. Go Navy. But only because I grew up in America, I was able, like many of you, to come from absolutely nothing to build one of the biggest companies in the world, be the 45th governor of Florida, a U.S. senator, where we have to fight every day to stop the radical Democrats from absolutely destroying our great country. They will lose, we will win.
Ain't tap out.
USA, USA. We will win. Now, let me tell you about a dream I had recently. I had a dream and I did some time traveling. I traveled into the future to an imaginary world where actually Joe Biden got reelected. Yeah. So, remember the Christmas Carol, the ghost of Christmas past? Well, in my dream, I met the ghost of Biden future. So I got to see a Biden second term. Now, it wasn't a dream, it was a nightmare. Mortgage rates skyrocketed to 15%. Only rich people could buy groceries. Gas was $10 a gallon. In my nightmare, Biden and the Democrats erased our southern border and flew so many illegals into our country that the Mexican cartel started getting frequent flyer miles. It was easy for Democrats to rig the elections. They simply allowed all the non-citizens to vote. America did nothing to protect Israel from terrorists or to stop China from invading Taiwan. Now, do any of you think this is far-fetched? No. If you do, you haven't been following it. Biden and the Democrats are doing everything they can to tear down this great country and rebuild it in
Mr.
their
Gorbachev, tear down
image.
this wall.
Their dream's not new. It's an old, evil idea that has failed every time it's been tried. It's called socialism. And Donald J. Trump will not let socialism happen in this country. Think about it. Under Trump, we had a booming economy. We weren't at war. Our enemies feared us. Our allies respected us. We had a secure border. Inflation and mortgage rates were low. And families had money in the bank. Donald Trump has given up a lot for this country. His family's been slandered. He's been impeached, censored, treated as a criminal, all because he never backs down. This week, he's shown the courage all of us should display as we rally around him to rescue our great country. So, let's fight, 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 and make sure Donald Trump gets reelected. Have a great night. God bless you.
Okay, so
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Congressman
I don't
Jeff
understand
Andrew
how
of
this
New
is talking
Jersey.
about making America safe again. Okay, we're gonna round up the illegals, we're gonna ship them out, blah, blah, whatever the fuck they're saying. You illegally came into this country, round you up and ship you out. Okay, I get it, but I don't exactly know how that's making us safe again.
Thank you. Thank you. Good evening. My name is Jeff Van Drew. Tonight I want to tell you my story. I am a proud Republican, but I haven't always been a Republican. I was elected to several offices in South Jersey and eventually was sent to the United States Congress, all of them as a conservative Democrat. Along the way, I noticed that I didn't like what the Democrats had become as a party.
This seems to be a recurring theme as well, is that I was a Democrat, I didn't like what was happening, you know, blah, blah, blah. Just like the rapper influenced chick that, I don't fucking know her name, that was on there last night. And she's sitting there saying, you know, my daddy told me, you know, go look for myself, find out. And when she did that, she realized that she found out that everything she read about Trump or heard about Trump in the media, things like that, was all wrong. And that's the problem, is people need to do their own research. They really do.
Because they are. I felt the same way. So after being a Democrat to vote against impeaching Donald Trump, I took a long walk with my chief of staff. I remember saying to her that perhaps my time in elected office was done. And you know what? I was okay with that. There was no way I could be a Democrat anymore. But then I received a call from the White House. President Trump asked me to meet with him. We spoke about family, faith, freedom, and friendship. He has been my good friend ever since that day. He said that I should be a Republican. I said, Mr. President, I will be a Republican. He said he would stick by me, and he always has. Ladies and gentlemen, after the tragic shooting last Saturday, we need to come together. All of us, Republicans, Democrats, and independents, we need to be the shining city on the hill, a nation that empowers us to do extraordinary things. We will conquer new challenges. We will reach new heights. And we will blaze new trails of greatness. We will make America great again. And we will elect Donald Trump this November. Now I have a question for you, and I'll give you the answer. The answer is yes, but we want to hear your answer from the East Coast to the West Coast and around the world. Can you do this? Will we win in November? Will we win in November?
Yes, we'll live. We'll win. We're going to do all that stuff.
The greatest country that ever existed on the face of the earth, the United States of America.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the chair of the United States House of Representatives Republican Conference, Congresswoman Elise Stefanik of New York.
Good evening, Milwaukee. We always say that this is the most important election in our lifetime, but we know deep down this one truly is. Our Constitution and the soul of our very nation are on the ballot. Under Joe Biden, the American people have suffered crisis after crisis. From the Biden border, the most wide-open border in our nation's history, to Bidenflation, the highest rate of inflation in my lifetime, devastating hardworking families with skyrocketing prices for groceries, gas, and utilities. To Biden's violent crime crisis, fueled by Democrats' pro-criminal sanctuary cities and defund the police policies like we have seen in my home state of New York. All while corrupt Democrat prosecutors and judges wage illegal and unconstitutional lawfare against President Trump in an effort to do Joe Biden's political bidding. And around the world, the feckless and failed Joe Biden has caused chaos, weakening our national security. From the catastrophic withdrawal from Afghanistan, to Putin's invasion of Ukraine, to Hamas's terrorist attack against our most precious ally, Israel. And let me ask you a question. What has been the response from the radical left on our college campuses? Vile anti-Semitism, chanting death to Israel, death to Jews, death to America. This is Joe Biden's Democrat Party. Who saw that congressional hearing with the college presidents of so-called elite universities? Oh wait, they are former presidents. You know, I asked one simple question at that hearing. It was not a political question, it was a moral question, and that was this. Does calling for the genocide of Jews violate your university's code of conduct? And one
It should.
after the other said it depends on the context.
No,
Let me tell
it
you,
absolutely
America
should.
knows it does not depend on the context. President Trump will bring back moral leadership to the White House, condemning anti-Semitism and standing strong with Israel and the Jewish people. President Trump will once again deliver the most secure border in our nation's history and unleash the American economy. And he will bring peace through strength as Commander-in-Chief, standing with our allies and causing our enemies to fear us. President Trump has done it before, and he will do it again. This November, we are counting on you, we the people, to save America by electing President Donald J. Trump. It is clear for the whole world to see nothing, absolutely nothing will stop President Trump from standing and fighting for our great country. And I have been proud to always stand in the breach during the toughest moments for President Trump. From leading the charge against illegal impeachments, to standing for election integrity, to unifying House Republicans, to proudly being the first member of Congress to endorse him for re-election. And as we embark on the difficult path ahead to save America, call upon Galatians 6:9. And let us not grow weary of doing good, for in due season we will reap if we do not give up. We the people will never give up on President Trump, and we will.
Well, hence the saying, you'll reap what you sow, right out of the Bible. So if you don't give up, of course you're going to reap what you sow.
And God bless the United States of America.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Majority Whip of the United States House of Representatives, Congressman Tom Emmer of Minnesota.
How about that Stefanik?
you. Thank you. I'm Tom Emmer, a proud American and a proud Minnesotan and the majority whip in the United States House of Representatives. In 2022, Americans elected our House Republican majority to stop the Biden-Harris agenda. In spite of having one of the smallest majorities in history, House Republicans have held the line. We fought back against the Democrats' reckless spending that imposed record-breaking inflation on the hardworking Americans. We passed bills such as the Lower Energy Costs Act and the Rein-in Inflation Act to counteract Joe Biden and Kamala Harris's failed economic agenda and to restore some fiscal sanity to Washington. We ended the vaccine mandate in our military. We passed over a dozen bills gutting specific Biden-Harris regulations. We passed the Parents' Bill of Rights. We investigated the Chinese Communist Party. We stopped the D.C. crime bill that would have made our nation's capital simply too dangerous to visit. And we passed the strongest border security bill in decades. Get ready, because when we grow our majority, when we flip the Senate, and when we send President Donald J. Trump back to the White House, we won't just be holding the line anymore, we'll be moving forward. We will turn America First principles into law. I know firsthand that Minnesotans can't afford 4 more years of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. That's right. Which is why I'm confident that we will make history this November when we turn Minnesota red for the first time in 50 years. The Democrats' disastrous record on crime, trade, and regulation has ruined the lives of countless Minnesotans. When Minneapolis was in flames and businesses were in ruins, Kamala Harris encouraged and enabled the criminals and the rioters. Oh, it gets worse. She even promoted a fund to release the criminals from jail.
She did, I remember that.
It doesn't get reported much in our media, but one criminal Kamala Harris freed in Minneapolis went on to murder a man in St. Paul, Minnesota.
There's the thunder.
Donald Trump stands with the people and the police, our men and women in blue, not with the criminals and the rioters. Donald Trump also fought for Minnesota workers and farmers, fighting back against Chinese trade abuses, ending NAFTA, and replacing it with the USMCA. Joe Biden voted for NAFTA and China's entry into the WTO, devastating Minnesota's economy. And Kamala Harris, she opposed tariffs on China. Of course, when they aren't outsourcing our jobs through bad trade deals, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are destroying them through taxes and regulation. They are America last. But next year, Donald Trump, with the support of Trump majorities in the House and Senate, will put America first again. Thank you. And I'm confident that together we are going to make America great again. God bless you. May God continue to bless Donald Trump and his family, and God bless America.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Majority Leader of the United States House of Representatives, Congressman Steve Scalise of Louisiana.
each and every one of you. I'm House Majority Leader Steve Scalise from the great state of Louisiana. Now, I was born in New Orleans, so I've seen some crazy things in my time. But New Orleans has nothing on Washington, D.C. these past 4 years. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris have spent your tax dollars trashing America's finances in ways no sane or sober-minded person ever would. Let's talk energy. They've eroded the American energy dominance that President Trump delivered. Joe Biden approved the Nord Stream pipeline for Russia, but he killed the Keystone pipeline here at home. Thousands of American jobs gone. It doesn't end there. Biden let Iran and Venezuela export their oil, but he stopped liquefied natural gas exports here in America. President Biden's not done. President Biden waived taxes on Chinese solar panels, but he raised taxes on Americans. When we elect Donald Trump as our next president and expand our Republican House majority, we will end the Democrats' assault on American energy once and for all. Now let's look at taxes. Biden and Harris want a $5 trillion tax hike. In our first 100 days, President Trump and a Republican majority will make the Trump tax cuts permanent. And yes, we will end taxes on tips and deliver another tax cut for working families. On the border, Biden and Harris opened it up to the entire world. Prisons are being emptied.
I like screwing around with my wife. I love teasing the shit out of her.
Border security bill in decades.
All right, I gotta make a phone call.
On the border, and yes, we will finish building the wall.
Actually, maybe I don't have to. Not a robot. Log in.
On voting.
Not there yet.
Our most sacred right as citizens, voting. Biden and Harris want illegals to vote now that they've opened up the border. Republicans will repass the SAVE Act to block illegal aliens from voting in our elections. On foreign policy, Biden and Harris brought us weakness and war. President Trump and a Republican majority
Okay, I am going to have to make a phone call.
our military and will end the woke indoctrination in its ranks. We will restore American power and peace. On education, Biden and Harris opposed school choice. They actually investigated parents at school boards. President Trump and a Republican majority will pass legislation expanding school choice and will repass the Parents' Bill of Rights. Parents should be free to choose what their children are taught and where. Now, lastly, I need to say something about Saturday's attempt on President Trump's life. Many of you know I was the survivor of a politically motivated shooting in 2017. Not many know that while I was fighting for my life, Donald Trump was one of the first to come console my family at the hospital. That's the kind of leader he is. Courageous under fire. Compassionate towards others. Let's put Donald Trump back in the White House this November so we can make America great again. God bless you. May Donald Trump continue to receive God's blessing, and God bless these great United States of America.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Speaker of the United States House of Representatives, Mike Johnson of Louisiana.
Good evening, my friends. What an amazing crowd, and what a great time it is to unite our party and to send President Donald Trump back to the White House. That's what we're going to do. But we're not just uniting as Republicans. We're uniting today as Americans in the wake of the assassination attempt on the life of President Trump. Everyone hear me clearly and listen to me at home and make no mistake. The House is conducting an immediate and thorough investigation of these tragic events. And that work has already begun. The American people deserve to know the truth, and we will ensure accountability. I promise you that. I promise you that. This has always been an important principle to us. We in the Republican Party are the law and order team. We always have been, and we always will be, the advocates for the rule of law. And we all know that that principle, as well as many others, is in serious jeopardy today. See, we've come to a moment in America where the basic things that we once took for granted are being openly challenged like never before. My friends, we are no longer just in a battle between two opposing political parties. We are, but it's not just ours versus D's anymore. We're now in the midst of a struggle between two completely different visions of who we are as Americans and what our country will be. The Republican Party stands for the foundational truths that made America the greatest nation in the history of the world. We are the most free, the most powerful, the most benevolent nation that has ever been. It's not even close. It's not even close. But we have no guarantee that this grand experiment in self-governance can endure unless we respond to the call to keep it. 248 years ago, we boldly proclaimed in our Declaration that all men are created equal, not born equal, created equal, and that we're endowed by our Creator with certain inalienable rights. See, we understand that our rights do not come from government, they come from God. There's another thing that we recognize. We recognize that we are made in His image, and because of that, every single person has inestimable dignity and value. And your value is not related in any way to the color of your skin, what zip code you live in, where you come from, what your talents are, or what you can contribute to society. Your value is inherent because it is given to you by your Creator. That's what we stand for. I speak a lot about what I call the 7 core principles of American conservatism. What do we stand for as Republicans, they want to know? I think it boils down to a few things: individual freedom, limited government, the rule of law, peace through strength, fiscal responsibility, free markets, and human dignity. Indeed, those are the 7 core principles of American conservatism, but they're actually the core principles of our republic itself. And while they resonate in our hearts and in the hearts of most Americans, listen to me, the radical woke progressive left has disdain for those principles, all right? They have a very different vision for what America should become. They want to tear down those foundations and remold us into some sort of borderless, lawless, Marxist, socialist utopia. We're here to say, not on our watch. We will not allow that to happen. It was just 3 weeks ago that Kelly and I dropped off our oldest son at the Naval Academy. That's right. In 4 years, he'll graduate, and he'll join the 1.3 million active duty service members who bravely defend our country. We're so proud of Jack and all our children, but like most parents today, we're concerned about their future. America can't risk 4 more years of Joe Biden's weakness that has invited so much aggression by our enemies. We can't survive the dramatic increases in violence, crime, and drugs that the Democrats' policies have brought upon our communities. And we cannot allow the many millions of illegal aliens they've allowed to cross our borders to harm our citizens, drain our resources, or disrupt our elections.
But that's exactly what's happening. That's the problem. We can't allow them to do that, but that's exactly what's fucking happening.
My friends, we're watching the principles of faith, family, and freedom that once defined our nation now being trampled underfoot by the radical left. As President Trump raised his fist and gave a rally cry on Saturday, now is our time to fight, and we will. We're in a fateful battle of ideas, my friends, and we have to recognize that. But in this battle, and in November, the American people will reject the party of self-destruction, and they will elect the party of peace and prosperity and opportunity. The GOP will grow our House majority, we will take back the Senate, and we will return Donald J. Trump to the White House. Standing arm in arm, we will make America safe again. Listen, we reach out tonight to everyone watching at home. We invite all Americans who believe in the promise of our great nation to join us in this fateful battle. We can and we will reverse this current decline. We can restore our founding principles, and we can preserve this exceptional nation that God has entrusted to us, and what Abraham Lincoln referred to as the last best hope of man on the earth. Thank you so much. God bless you, God bless our troops, and God bless America.
Ladies and gentlemen, now please welcome businessman Vivek Ramaswamy of Ohio.
Oh, I was wondering if he was actually gonna show up.
Love it. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the warm welcome. It's good to be back in Milwaukee. This time last year, I was a candidate for U.S. president, and I'm proud to say that I achieved the impossible, which is that most of you actually know how to say my name by now. So thank you for that.
I thought for sure he was going to be Trump's VP pick.
We're in the middle of a national identity crisis right now. Faith, patriotism, hard work, and family have disappeared, only to be replaced by race, gender, sexuality, and climate. But we're not going to win this election just by criticizing the other side. We're going to win this by standing for our own vision of who we really are. What does it mean to be a Republican in the year 2024? What does it mean to be an American in the year 2024? It means we believe in the ideals of 1776. It means we believe in merit, that you get ahead in this country, not on the color of your skin, but on the content of your character and your contributions. It means we believe in the rule of law, and I say this as the kid of legal immigrants to this country. That means your first act of entering this country cannot break the law. That is why we will seal the southern border on day one. Thank you. It means the people who we elect to run the government ought to be the ones who actually run the government, not unelected bureaucrats in the deep state. These are not black ideas or white ideas. They are not even Democrat ideas or Republican ideas. They are American ideas that we fought a revolution to secure. And the man who will revive these ideals in the United States of America is your next president, the 47th president of the United States, Donald J. Trump. If you want to seal the border, vote Trump. If you want to restore law and order in this country, vote Trump. If you want to reignite the economy in this country, vote Trump. If you want to revive national pride in this country, vote Trump. If you want to make America great again, vote Trump. But there is one more reason I'm going to ask you to vote Trump, and it's the most important one. It's the one the media won't talk about, but it's the truth. Donald Trump is the president who will actually unite this country, not through empty words, but through action. Because you know what? Success is unifying. Excellence is unifying. That's who we are as Americans. That's who we've always been. To those of you watching this at home tonight, I'd like to deliver a message that the media doesn't want you to hear from the Republican Party. Our message to black Americans is this. The media has tried to convince you for decades that Republicans don't care about your communities, but we do. We want for you what we want for every American. Safe neighborhoods, clean streets, good jobs, a better life for your children, and a justice system that treats everyone equally, regardless of your skin color and regardless of your political beliefs.
Well, and that's the way it should be.
Our message to every legal immigrant in this country is this.
I'm glad he said legal.
My parents, you deserve the opportunity to secure a better life for your children in America. But our message to illegal immigrants is also this. We will return you to your country of origin, not because you're all bad people, but because you broke the law. And the United States of America was founded on the rule of law. Our message to millennials, speaking as one myself, yes, it's true. Our government sold us a false bill of goods with the Iraq War and the 2008 financial crisis, loading up our national debt that falls on our generation's shoulders, telling us that if we took out college loans, we'd somehow get a head start on the American dream when it hasn't worked out that way. But we can't just be cynical about our country because the United States of America is still the last best hope that we have, and we deserve a better class of politician, one who actually tells us the truth, even if it comes with some mean tweets from time to time. And our message to Gen Z is this. You're going to be the generation that actually saves this country. You want to be a rebel? You want to be a hippie? You want to stick it to the man? Show up on your college campus and try calling yourself a conservative. Say you want to get married, have kids, teach them to believe in God and pledge allegiance to their country. Because you know what?
Believe it or not, that's been fucking true lately.
That too is what it means to be an American. And you know what? If you're at home and you disagree with everything I just said, our message to you is this. We will still defend to the death your right to say it, because that is who we are as Americans. We are the country where we can disagree like hell and still get together at the dinner table at the end of it. That is the America I know. That is the America we miss. We do not have to be ancient Rome. We don't have to be this nation in decline. We can still be a nation in our ascent. A nation whose best days, not in some fake politician way, but in a true way, a nation whose best days are actually still ahead of us. Still on our way to that shining city on a hill, that country where no matter who you are, or where your parents came from, or what your skin color is, or how long your last name is, that you will still get ahead in this country with your own hard work, your own commitment, your own dedication, and that you know what? You are free to speak your mind at every step of the way. That is the American dream. That is what won us the American Revolution. That is what reunited us after the Civil War. That is what won us 2 world wars
wars and the Cold War. That is what still gives hope to the free world. And if we can revive that dream over group identity and victimhood and grievance, then nobody in the world, not a nation, not a corporation, not a virus, not China, is going to defeat us. That is what American exceptionalism is all about. And that is what we will revive this November when we send Donald J. Trump back to the White House. Thank you all. God bless you and your families. And may God bless our United States of America. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I am pretty sure he's probably going to be a president one day.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome American icon, singer-songwriter Lee Greenwood.
Like I said, I really expected him to be Trump's VP choice, but email I got. They're doing a lot of musical breaks. I'm wondering what the deal is with that. I mean, I'm looking at the RNC chart here. Press is allowed, press isn't allowed. You know, it's open, closed, not available. So let's see. So like Tuesday, it's 7:44. Oh, this goes till 11 o'clock tonight. So this goes for another 2 hours. Good Lord.
Good evening. 726-00019 and 726-01019. These may be just numbers to you, but to me, they're my whole heart. These numbers are my parents' identification numbers in our federal prison system. My name is Savannah Chrisley, and you may have seen my family on TV, but for the past decade, we've been consumed with a different kind of drama. My family was persecuted by rogue prosecutors in Fulton County due to our public profile. I know, Fulton County, they know how to do it, don't they? Due to our public profile and conservative beliefs. They accused my parents of fraud, when really, we were defrauded by a dishonest business partner who, let's not forget, the government gave full immunity to. We suffered warrantless raids and harassment. One of the officials even had my father's face on a dartboard in his office.
My parents were sentenced to a combined 19 years.
Rod?
And let me tell you, I got custody of my brother and sister, 10 and 16 at the time. And you don't know heartache until you look two children in the eyes and say, I don't know when mom and dad are coming home. I'll never forget what the prosecutor said in the most heavily Democrat county in the state before an Obama-appointed judge. He called us the Trumps of the South. Yeah, hey, it's fun. He meant it as an insult, but let me tell you, boy, do I wear it as a badge of honor. We live in a nation founded on freedom, liberty, and justice for all. Justice, it's supposed to be blind, but today we have a two-faced justice system. Just look at what they're doing to President Trump. All while, let's face it, Hunter Biden is roaming around free and attending classified meetings. And let's face it, look
That's
at
the
what they're
thing,
doing
too.
to
It's
countless Christians and conservatives that the government has labeled extremist or even worse. Meanwhile, the Democrats are releasing actual violent offenders who have hurt innocent people. A lawyer of mine, Brett Tolman, who's a former U.S. attorney, he told me about a plaque that hangs in the Department of Justice, and it reads, "The hallmark of fairness in the administration of justice is consistency. The only thing consistent about Democrat justice is how they consistently punish their enemies. That's not justice. Look at what they've done to Steve Bannon. I mean, the man should be at home." Proverbs 24:16 says, "For though the righteous fall 7 times, they rise again. But the wicked stumble when calamity strikes." It's about time we start seeing people stumble. We need to rise above the persecution. We need to hold rogue prosecutors accountable. There should be no immunity. We need to expose the Democrats' corruption, and better yet, the Biden family's corruption. And guess what? I know just the man for that job. Donald J. Trump has only one conviction that matters, and that is his conviction to make America great again. Thank you, and God bless America.
Ladies and gentlemen, the mayor of Dallas, Texas, Eric Johnson.
Four years ago, progressive activists stood on my front lawn with the stated goal of intimidating my family. They wanted me to defund the police. I said no.
Go ahead and call it here. It's been about 3 hours. I don't have anybody to chat with. So I'm going to go ahead and call it because I was expecting more out of the session today. But I'm not really getting anything till tomorrow. So, all right, everyone, take care. Have a good day, good evening, good night, wherever you're at. We'll talk to you later.